From modern medicine to the clapper, science has given us incredible gifts. You haven't seen nothing yet if those technological breakthroughs dazzled you. No, would you like to hear a mind-blowing fact? 3 out of every 5 fictional superheroes owe their powers to science. Isn't that simply amazing? Given this, the obvious question is whether or not we'll ever have true superpowers. Imagine that happening. Don't worry, researchers all over the world are working collectively to not disappoint us. They're showing their collective inner nerd by putting their efforts towards breakthroughs that'll make all of your comic book fantasies a reality sooner than you think. Let's take a look at them. But before that, take a few moments to subscribe to our channel for more mind-blowing content. Okay, now let's take a look at what our researchers are up to. Number 1, we're developing real-life Iron Man suits. Technology is finally catching up to comic book in terms of weaponry. It's debatable whether or not this is a good thing. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, has a long history of bringing science fiction to life. Take a look at their Warrior Web project, which intends to blend emerging technology into a wearable exoskeleton that'll help American warriors improve their natural skills. The Human Universal Load Carrier, for example, will grant the wearer tremendous strength, allowing them to carry huge loads without breaking a sweat. Airlex version 2 is a program developed by Arizona State University that can transform average people into extremely fast runners. But don't be too taken aback. Don't you remember, Tony Stark managed to design and create this in just a cave? Number 2, researchers are attempting to reverse the aging process. 2 rats, one old and the other young, are sewn together. Their circulatory systems are emerging as new blood vessels grow. The aged rat is given new blood. The old blood is given to the new rat. The young rat starts to show indications of age. The elderly rat looks to have regained his youthful appearance, health, and vigor. The circle is complete, a beaming old woman says quietly. Well, probably. Is this an ancient ceremony to appease the furious gods, or is this the most mental science experiment ever? Who knows? The latter is the one that may not make you feel any better. Researchers have been studying the impact of young blood and the proteins found within it on aging bodies for decades. Their findings reveal that injecting it into an animal system can essentially reverse the aging process by regenerating all types of tissue, from the heart to the muscles to the brain. So far, only rats and mice have been studied, but scientists want to extend this method to humans in the future. On the one hand, this might herald a revolution in human longevity. On the other hand, anything that includes injecting young blood to slow the aging process seems like the plot of a horror film. This is crazy. Number 3, electricity could be the key to unlocking the door to superintelligence. Although being a geek may not have helped you as a young person, superintelligence can provide you with fame, money, and a dream Silicon Valley career as an adult. And science may one day be able to provide it. Transcranial direct current stimulation isn't just the same of a Banyan form if you won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. It's a way of delivering mild electric shocks to the brain that boosts its strength. DARPA has already used it to cut drone pilot training time in half. TDCS significantly improved individuals' performance in a virtual reality simulation aimed at preparing soldiers for combat decision-making. According to MRI scans, the process caused physiological changes in the brain that are associated with rapid learning. The more we learn about transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS, the more we realize how much we might be able to hack our own thoughts. This could be one of the few times when the old comic book plot of shocking oneself with electricity for abilities actually works. But please don't attempt this at home, man. These superpowers are incredible, aren't they? Do you want to know more? Don't worry, there are a few more in this video. Oh, and there's some special content for Batman aficionados. Stay till the end to know. But before we go over them, please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any more of such brilliant stuff. Thank you. Number 4, enhancements in the cyborg style are already possible. The part man, part machine, all badass cliché is one of the most well-known. If you think differently, we can only guess as to how you managed to avoid viewing RoboCop and Terminator, putting away the entertainment value. But no, seriously, get on it. Those films will be essential training for the not-too-distant future. Humans that have been augmented by cyborg technology already live, and the trend shows no indications of slowing down. Kevin Warwick, a professor who has microchips inserted in his brain, nerve fibers connected to electrodes, and can now move a robotic hand using his own field ultrasound, is one example. To correct his color blindness, Neil Harbison constructed an iBoard, horrific antenna fitted to his head. It is now recognized by the British government as an official component of his body. Rich Lee is employing magnets implanted in his body to achieve non-human talent such as bat echolocation. And of course, DARPA wants a piece of the action. They're trying hard to figure out how to incorporate robotic elements into soldiers, with the goal of giving them abilities like mind-controlled prosthetic limbs. They're concerned that these advancements will result in the emergence of a new, possibly superior human species. Sure, that's a real concern, but if it came to pass, doing the robot on the dance floor could one day be considered a hate crime, which might be worth it. Number 5, Professor X may one day be able to read and manipulate your mind. In this day of cameras and selfie sticks, privacy is difficult to come by. Except for Santa Claus and your deity of choice, our thoughts are thankfully still protected from prying eyes. However, this may not always be the case. Researchers have already developed NeuroSys, a computer program that can recognize the word you're thinking of when you're connected to it. As technology advances, it may one day be capable of interpreting complete thoughts. The creators of this technology aim to utilize it to allow us to send emails without touching a screen or speak without opening our mouths, which is fantastic because we'll be too busy shouting otherwise. But don't worry, things are just going to get worse. Peers of people had their brains linked via a brain-to-brain interface in a groundbreaking pan-scrapping study from the University of Washington. By using this method, one subject might just think about controlling the other's hand. To put it another way, mind control. Puppets, puppets, puppets. Sure, neither of them can be used on your sans or permissions right now, but once consumer models are available, there could be some interesting possibilities. However, we'll be practicing our tinfoil hats just in case. Number 6, while crawling Spider-Man is just around the corner. It's beginning to look like DARPA is just the result of combining Marvel Comics with billions of dollars in taxpayer funds. Consider the Z-Man project, which grants warriors the ability to climb walls like Spider-Man. Researchers constructed panels that have already done the same for humans after examining the anatomy of geckos whose toes enable them to walk up fully vertical surfaces and balance themselves on as little as 1 foot. In a test of the technology, a fully grown person was capable of climbing a steep 25-foot-tall glass wall. This should make scaling hurdles and defeating the Green Goblin much simpler for soldiers in the near future. What do you think? Some additional and fun information for Batman fans. Impressing possible love interests was more than the goal of Batman's fashionable suit. Bruce Wayne's Kevlar can stop a bullet, but he'd prefer new lightweight armor composed of a gel that thickens on impact, offering greater protection while letting him move around freely. Miguel Caballero, a Colombian company, makes bulletproof apparel that's both stylish and functional, and one fan has created a new variant of the classic design. Generations of children have grown up idolizing Peter Parker, Clark Kent, and the rest of the superheroes. However, the old fantasies are being realized and even surpassed faster than a racing bullet. We now know that superpowers are no longer acquired through exposure to radiation or viruses, but rather through the use of light waves, chemicals, and rocket packs by visionary scientists and precocious hackers. Doesn't it make you feel proud? With that, the video has come to an end. Thank you for sticking with us until the very end. Let's know which superpower you'd like to have and why in the comment section below. Is space tourism something that you're interested in? Would you like to learn more about its prospects? To find out right away, simply click on the video on your screen. Also, please like and share this video with your other superhero enthusiasts. Plus, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.